Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I am Brian, and today I got a game called Mythe. Mythe is a 2 to 5 player, press your luck family game designed by Koji Malta and published by Ludi Creations and Passport Games. In this game, players are mice heroes traveling to defeat the red dragon and recover the sacred cheese. To do this, you draw cards from other players' hands and move on the board. However, our heroes will undoubtedly encounter some obstacles blocking their movement. So, let's check it out, and I'll show you how to travel to the castle, defeat the dragon with a legendary item, and save the sacred cheese in Mythe. Set up, open up the pop-up board and place it here. You got your volcano, the mouse city, castle, and the steps, the hill. So it pops up. There's that. Then you place the red dragon on the highest step. Set him there. Everybody picks their characters and sets them in the mouse city. Take the golden cheese. This is a really nice metal cheese. And place that on the step right there. We got a special copy, Gen Con copy with the golden metal cheese, and the next print run will only have cardboard or something like that. And then give each player, according to their color, their player A. So it shows you the phases, phase 1, phase 2, and then it shows how many cards of how many players in each type. So, okay. In a 5-player game, you would have all the cards. In a 4-player game, you would take out the ones with 5 on it. 1, 2, 3 cards. If you're playing with 4 and up, you play with that. Otherwise, you take that out. So in a 3-player game, you play with this, but since we're doing a 4-player game, I'm adding in this 1. These cards are out because they're only for 5 plays. So you shuffle your cards. You deal them out to everyone. Okay. You are now ready to begin. Here you have, in a 4-player game, 4 mice, you have 3 zeros, 3 skulls, 5 ones, and a 2 and a 3. So that's the placement of cards. On your turn, you pick a card from someone else. So we're gonna pick this card from them. Got a 1. So they could stop now and move 1, or they could keep fishing for cards. He's gonna keep going. So he's going to take a card from them, and it's a skull. So if he had pulled one of the other cards, 0 means they move 0, 1 means they move 1. So if he had stopped before he pulled that, he would move 1 and stay there. His turn is now over. Now, since he pulled the skull, his turn is over, and then he puts them in his hand, and then he distributes the cards however he wants. So he could give a skull here, a 1 here, and he could move until he only had 1 left. But at the end, each player has to have 1, and you can't take cards from other players during this. You can only give. So if he had taken all of one player's cards, he has to give them at least 1. So he failed. So now it's the next player's turn. They look at their cards, and they want to try taking from this person. They pulled a 1. Now they're going to take from over here, so they fan out their cards. And then they take 1. That's a 2. They're going to go one last time looking, and they got 0. Now, they think that they're just gonna play it safe, and they're going to move 1. Now, it does say 2, but this costs 3 to move. 1, 2, 3. So he can't move that. So you can only move the dots. So this is 1 dot, 2, 3 dots. So to come here, you need 3 dots, but he only had 2, so he goes to the next one that he can fully go. So he goes 1. Then he takes the cards and distributes them. Now it's this player's turn. Now, to get here, he only needs 2, because you skipped the dots that mice are already on. So, if this is the orange player, if they get 2, they could go 1, 2. They skip the 1 here, because a mouse is already there, so you skip over other mice. So, he's going to pick from here. This person shuffles their cards, and he pulls a 0. He wants to do again from here, and he pulls another 0. Then he's gonna go for here, and he pulls a 2. So he's going to stop there and take these cards and redistribute them. Keep this one and give here and give here. So these are his cards. So he moves 2. 1, 2, skipping the 1 there. Play continues until one player believes they are within reach of dragon. So let's say it's like this. So it's the green player's turn, and they start off their turn. If they think they can win, then they play a legendary item. It says legendary there, or it has a sign under the number. So, and it has to be from their hand. So if they didn't have one, if they had this guy's hand, they couldn't do it. So that means they can't win. So to win, you need a legendary item in your hand. So you play 1. So now you need to draw from other people's hands until you get 4. Now, the 3 you played doesn't count. It only counts as a legendary item. So he played it, and he needs 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to the dragon and kill the dragon. So he's going to pull from here, and he gets a 1. So now he needs 3 more. He's going to pull from here and gets a skull. In this case, he gets these cards. He's going to give 1 to this player, and then keep these. So he has a hand to protect this, and so he can try to keep it until his next turn. Now, if other people try to steal from him, they take it, and then he can't use it anymore. So then, on his turn, it would be a waste and try to get others. Now, over here, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this player all the way back here, since they skip over the other mice, if he could get 5, he could kill the dragon and win, even though he's way back here. Over here, he'd still need 5, but just because he doesn't have someone to skip over. So, first player to kill the move to the dragon spot, kill the dragon, and get the sacred cheese wins the game. So, that's how to play Mythe. Okay, got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So, Dad, what do you think of Mythe?
Mythe is very fun. We saw this at Gen Con. We played through with a 5-player game, and I instantly thought we need this, and we need to play it with my family. So, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great family game.
Mm-hmm. So the components are really nice. So you have the wooden dragon, and then the wooden mice.
Yeah, the wooden mice balls.
Mice balls.
the little wooden meeples. The little mices are really good quality.
And then you have the really cool pop-up board. Though one of our steps became detached from the pop-up.
Yeah, a little bit of a glue error there. We're just going to glue it, and it should be fine. But that is really cool how it opens up and you got a pop-up board.
Mm-hmm, so less setup. And then in our copy, we got the special Gen Con copy with the special metal golden cheese.
The cheese, yeah. Yeah, so that's cool. It's got a little bit of heft to it. I mean, there's really nothing other than the cheese just sitting there at the end of the path. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it is super cool to hold it, and it's metal.
Who would want a dumb little plastic piece of
I don't know. So hopefully, if you get this soon, maybe you can get one of those. I did hear that the next print run will not have the sacred metal cheese.
The artwork's really nice, fun, cartoony. On all of the cards, you have a different view. Like you have the little mouse breaking his sword, turning to stone, getting struck by lightning on the bad ones.
Yeah, for the bad things.
And then you have him slaying enemies, eating a snack, and finding the sword, the shield, and then being blessed by the legendary fair.
Yeah, so that's really neat that they have unique artwork for each of the cards. They didn't just use the same, little mouse card for all of the numbers. So that is a plus for the artwork, and the artwork looks amazing.
And then you have the artwork on the pop-up board with the dragon, and then the cool little volcano. Then the art on the...
Yeah, the production quality on Mythe is through the roof. I mean, I haven't seen a game like this with a pop-up board ever. So... all around, I love it. I think the kids loved it when we played it. Very, very cool components.
The strategy in this game, so you have your cards, mix them around or sort them, your poker face, picking from other people. Like Lincoln was really good at the 5-year-old was like just sitting there. He had a really good poker face. He'd like hold on to one card, and then you'd pull it, and then it was the one.
Yeah, with some kids, when they could make facial expressions when you're getting the bad card. So yeah, he did really good with that, and also it's a press your luck game. So there could be times, and this happened, where you draw a card and you instantly, get an obstacle and you can no longer move. So that can be frustrating. But I think that at least my 5-year-old did really well with that, and that's something that we're working on and learning. So I think this is a really good one to play with families.
And then it can be completely messed up in a 2-player. Like I do not recommend playing 2-player because you can like give them all of the cards except for the bad ones, and then you hold the bad ones.
Yeah, and I think that happens with 3-player as well. There's too much. Too much. The person who just played. Don't recommend 2 or 3. This is really awesome with 4 and 5. There was a variant. I will say that there is a variant
that helps for 2 and 3.
It does help,
but
because
it's still better with 4 and 5.
Instead of picking up the cards that were played with your hand and then distributing, you only distribute the cards that were played that round. So then there's you have a lot less control
over what's going on.
Right. So in a 3-player game, it happened when I played with you. Every time you got the cards, you can instantly distribute the cards so that the next player's turn failed completely. You either got to go 0 or you failed. And it was too easy to do. So I thought this was much, much better with 4 and 5. And if you're playing with a wide group in age range, and it's a very light game. It's not too strategy heavy. I know when I played with you, we were trying to,
we think too much alike.
We were trying to figure out the probability of, finding each card and each number, and we were very strategic about it, and it wasn't as fun as it was when we were just playing a light game. Kind of an old maid type of, I'm drawing what I'm going to get, and I got a 1. I need to get another one. I failed. That type of a play, I think Mythe does really well with.
Though, one last thing. One time I had all 3 of the bad cards, a 0 and a 1, and I picked everybody else's cards and moved like 13 or 14.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And it is strategic enough so that you had all 3 of the bad cards.
Well, I had 2 of them, and someone drew one, and I watched the card as they said it. So I drew all the others.
So you basically got every card in the whole game,
except for the ones
because you had that knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's not as fun when you're playing like that with 2 or 3 players.
Yeah, but all in all, I think this is a great game. There's cute components, great board, good gameplay, push your luck type elements to it, especially it teaches kids when to go and when to stay. There's really no reading in it at all, just numbers.
So it's a great introductory game to press your luck and bluffing games.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bluffing
with that.
Yep.
So overall, the components are really nice, durable. The artwork is cute, cartoony, fits the theme. There's some strategy with I'm picking this card. I have 1, you have 2, so you don't have any, so I'll pick yours. And then it's easy for kids because there's no reading and it's light. So overall, it's a really great game.
Yeah, we had fun with this one. Go check it out. Mythe by Passport Games here in the U.S.
Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our website, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. See you next time.